All right. Diet. What what do we talk about when we say diet? Diet basically is what you eat. Some people have good diets. Some people have bad diets. Some people just eat candy. Some people go all day without hardly eating anything and have one big meal. Um, there's all kinds of different stuff, but obviously, when you say the word diet, it's what you're eating. Dieting to me is you're eating with a goal in mind. I either want to gain muscle, I want to lose fat, um, I need to be healthier. You got some health problems that need fixed. You're on a diet to alleviate those problems or whatever. Obviously, different types of diets. You can have low carb diets, keto diets, vegan. There's all kinds of different diet types that are out there as far as that goes. All have different purposes, all have different goals, um, and some are more complicated than others. The biggest thing with picking diets is figuring out what your goal is. If you're somebody who's super busy, you're a mom who's got 4 kids and you got to have them running all over the place and you're on the go a lot and things like that and you don't have a lot of time to plan, keto is probably not a good plan because it's very strict, very regimented. You can't have a lot of flexibility. Um, it's just hard to go to any fast food place and yeah, you can get just meat, but it's like, how sustainable is that? You're out with your friends or whatever, and you can't eat half the stuff on the menu, and you're trying to substitute this for that. I can't have that birthday cake because it's, whatever. So, um, something to think about there. I'll kind of go into that more probably in a different video, but um, so the biggest components that break down a diet are the macros. You probably hear a lot about macros. And what is a macro? Macros are the main portions of food, I guess. The three main groups: fat, carbs, and protein. I'd like to think about the body as like a car. It's not a perfect analogy, but your protein is kind of like, I guess, the body and tires. It's there. You use it. It's always exposed to the weather. It's constantly, the tires are constantly on the ground, going. That really doesn't change. You just That's the body of the vehicle. Once you get that figured out, that's what you stick with. The fat and carbs are kind of like the fuel. You get like kind of a hybrid car here. Both are used to fuel the body. Carbs are your primary fuel source. It's the easiest for the body to access. So anytime you start doing something, if you take off running, carbs are going to be the first fuel source that the body's going to pull to use to fuel that energy expenditure. And that's where the keto thing, it's forcing your body to use fat as the primary fuel source instead of carbs. So you have to eliminate carbs long enough to then have the body switch over to start using fat. There's side effects long term from that with body odor and your breath and different things like that. But if you don't, everybody's got a little bit different threshold for what knocks them out of ketosis. But anyways, that's the basics of what the macros are. The fat, protein, and carbs are what break it up. So the biggest thing, I'm going to get into a little bit more detail with other stuff, but with any diet, whatever macro breakdown is in that diet, as long as it's putting you, let's say you're trying to lose weight, as long as you're in a deficit, meaning you are burning more calories than you're eating per day, you're going to be losing weight. But it's whatever the macro breakdown is for that diet, plus being consistent with the diet is what's going to give you results. Anybody can just not eat for 3 weeks and you're going to lose weight. You're going to feel like crap, but you're going to lose weight. Sustaining that is probably not a good idea. You'll die. So that's an option. But if you want to keep living, I would figure out a way to continue dieting so that you're hitting, the goal markers that you want to, and you can sustain that long term in a way that makes you feel good and you get the results you want. So I'll have some more stuff to get more into detail with that coming up.